Te rangi e tū nei, te papa e takoto nei tēnā kaurua. Ngā pai maunga me ngā awa hei whakaora i ngā whānau i konei, nei rā te mihi. Te hunga kua whaturangitia, haere atu rā. Ki ngā whānau e noho, i te kāinga nei, nau mai, haere mai, whakatau mai. I raro i te korowai aroha o whakata Māori, tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora koutou, nau mahara mai, and welcome back to Papoi here on Championship Sunday, baby. It's the bronze medal matchup between Ururoto, Westlake, and a visiting team coming up from the South Island. That is the Southland Boys High School. Just moments away from the traditional wedel to be laid here, but before we get there, just real quickly, want to pay respects to the late Kingi Tuheitia, of course, 1 year on. And the big moment happening this week is, of course, te koroneihana tuatai o te ariki nui kuini ngā wai hono i te pō, a big moment in Māori.
Pono marika e hoa nei rā te mihi ki aia, me te whānau ka hui ariki, rire hau pai mārire ki a rātou. I tēnei wā he whakaro ki ngā haka, a whakātu kia koutou i tēnei wā morera, me whakarongo a te ake tātou ki a rātou. Rawe te kite i tērā haka, mai te kura o Ururoto tēnā, and i roto i tērā haka, ka ki atu ngā tai a te kura rā, me ngā kōrero e pāna kia rātou, nō reira mihi ana kia koutou. Kari tēnei wā e haka ana a te kura o Waihopai, Southland Boys High, engari, kua nei ka timata tēnei pakanga nui whakaharahara.
Fantastic indeed. The whittle has been laid. This is a replay of the grand final for 2023. Ururoto Westlake taking on Southland. And Southland that day reigned supreme to win the top four. It was simply outstanding. It'll be Ururoto in their traditional red and green and white striped shirts on the right hand side. They'll be taking on Southland on the left in the blue.
And Luke Waller here from Ururoto, preparing to get this match underway. Mihi atu kia massive with Luke coming from that junior club. Kia ora, tēnā koutou katoa.
Apologies. We'll just run through the lineups for you as we kick off here to get underway in the bronze medal match. And as it'll be Southland that'll charge the ball up. And Southland have got McHugh, Salazar and Mito in the front row today as they'll flick this one out the back. McKay, Conklard are in the locking role. Wilson, Mitchell and Cairns are their loose forward trio for Southland. Darderia is in the half-back role. Charge down play here for Ururoto. The ball will go back. Jimmy Taylor who grabs the ball there. He's the first five for Southland. Hurley and Harvey in the centres. Brian and Garrick on the wings. And Brock is at the back for the Southland boys in fullback today. Front row for Westlake, Penn, Samoa and Tui Manu. Petersar and Cornelius are in the locking pairing for the boys from Ururoto. Tupou and Leith Finlay, the loose forward trio for the boys with the candy stripes. And Leith will be at halfback, Waller at first five, as you mentioned already. Luke Lamalu is at 12. 13 the centre is Matt Fleming. Tukania and Rolliston on the wings. And Ollie Davies rounds out the starting lineup for Ururoto Westlake in the bronze medal game.
And Levi Leith there with the pass off to Fleming with a nice carry. Rawe te kite I tērā kawenga. Tērā tama te nama iwa I roto I te tīmoa o Ururoto, ko tēnei tōna kēmu rema te kau tēnei mo tērā tīma ngā te kaumā rema tuatahi o Ururoto.
Well, you might be able to hear the celebrations coming over from Field 1, and it's jubilation out there as we have a final result from the girls' grand final, and it is Manukura are down by a couple of points going into the last seconds of the grand final, hunting for their four-peat. They score right on full time, Ethan, win the grand final, 20 points to 17 over Hamilton. What a grand final, and congratulations to Christina Sue, four-peat historical for Manukura. They are the top of the country.
Pono marika e hoa he e whāngā wā kua tai tērā tīma ki te taumata teitei o tēnei hakataitai. Nō reira ai, kāri o te ngā mihi ki ngā kōtiro.
Simply outstanding. The game in front of us, of course, is Ururoto Westlake taking on Southland. Bronze medal match just in the first half here. A couple of minutes into it for you. It really is outstanding. Of course, the weather today is, or let's just say, changeable today, Ethan.
Ai pono e hoa, nā te mea I te timatanga o tēnei wiki, he tino kaha te pupu iho te hau, engari I nānei kua tai mai te ua. Nō reira, āta kawe I tēnei poro I te rānei, nā te mea he kite I ngā maha o te wā, ka taka te poro whakamua. I nānei kua te poro kia tērā tama te kau no ngā taitama tāne o Waihopai, ko Jimmy Taylor tērei, ko ia te kāpene o tērā tīma, ka tākaro ia ki roto I te tīma I te tau 2023 te wā I eke rātau ki runga ia Ururoto, ki tērā taumata teitei. Nō reira, roa te wā tēnei tama e tākaro ki roto I te tīma rā.
Couldn't have said that better myself, as Ururoto will take this one inside the 22 of Southland. Marginally up. They've played well this season. Head coach Rob Minihill has invoked the belief to be one, and you can see them rolling this ball as one as they will get close at the back of the scrum, and they will dot over. The jubilation is right there for the Ngā Whakamua. The forwards look good.
Ai, pono e hoa, rawe te kite I te kauinga o tēnei tama, me te kokiri Whakamua o tēnei tīma mai te rārangi a paitaha. Nō reira ai, rawe tērā ākua nei ka kite anō, ka whakamahi a tēnei tīma o Ururoto ki tērā āhuatanga. Solomone Tuitupau, ko ia te kai whiwhi I tērā piro I nāianei. Nō reira, I nāianei ka kite atu tātou kia Ollie Davis, aroa mai, ki te whana I tēnei whana tapiri.
Tough day for conversions with the rain coming in and out. Breeze hasn't been too heavy.
I'd rather kick in this weather than we did kick the other day, because that wind was a heck of a thing. But thank goodness, hopefully these boys have sprayed some sticky solution on their hands and are able to pull in those passes today,
Hopefully. Davies just curls that one around and over the reserve bench for Southland. So it is Westlake Ururoto that strike first in the bronze medal match of 5 points to nil.
And no doubt after that 2 years ago when Westlake last played Southland for that final, they'll be wanting to come back and square things up, so to speak, there, Chopper.
Yeah, it was a big game, to be fair, a real big game. And I tell you what, I called that game a couple of years ago. As this one comes out the back of the scrum, they'll come back for the infringement. Southland were injured left to right. They had a ring in some players. I think one of the kids finished basketball tournament, flew in for the grand final, so he was tired as well and sore, and somehow they just dug deep. A real gritty performance from Southland to win the national championship.
Looking at kick there from Waller, trying to find the sideline, but it's brought back with a little bit of mana from that fullback Jack Brock from Waihopai, ngā taitamatani o Waihopai. Ka haere a te tama a Luke Salesa ki te maka atu I tērā poro, engari ka auare ake ka taka whakamua tērā poro.
I think this game's going to be played at pace. Of course, Southland and Westlake. Ethan Smith joining us in commentary here with Whakaata Māori, our te reo specialist and flying winger from the far north. Back in the day, e hoa matua. Tell us your thoughts on what we're going to see today between Southland and Ururoto Westlake.
Well, if we have anything to go by from the previous matches in our women's division, wahine toa, it was that looking after the pill is going to be paramount if it comes to winning a game. We saw many times the ball trying to be delivered out to those outside backs, and they weren't able to hold on to it due to the slippery weather. But let's have a look here now at what action they can bring us, and there's that number 11
coming in from the left side. Nice to see here, Tuka Nia, as they will march up the right side here. Davies now taking it to the line just inside the 22, but the ball skids out, and it looks like Southland will find a reprieve.
And tino kaha te kawenga a tērā tama a Cooper Mitchell I te poro. E nāi nei, ka maka atu ki te topatahi ki a Taylor, me te whana nui rau atu I tērā wā. Ko ai tērā atu, ko te nama ono no Ururoto, ko Tuitupou tēnā. Nō reira, ai, ka whakahoki a te poro ki te rārangi ārai. Kei kona anō hoki tērā tama a Israel Tukania.
And I'm going to try and get it clarified for us. The first try scorer for Ururoto may have been the starting hooker, Jeremiah Samoa, but we'll try and get that clarified for you. Here he is with the ball now. Either way, Ururoto off to a good start here in the bronze medal match.
And ko tērā te paumua a Yano Pens, kawa ana I te poro. And we're seeing once again just that slippery ball, so they're going to have to make that adjustment, these teams, to be able to find their way up the field, even though they can't get purchased by their boots under this muddy situation.
You're dead right, Ethan. If you'll indulge me just for a second, I'd like to take this moment, 8 minutes into the first half, to pay tribute to the manager for Ururoto Westlake, Mr. Shane Young. 21-year tenure as manager, 21 years he has led the ship. He says it's been a privilege. He's learnt so much. He loves this team, and the legacy he wants to leave behind is good young men believe in each other, believe in faith, and become one. A mihi to you, Mr. Young, for 21 years, to these rangatahi, our future stars of Futuporo. Thank you for your service to rugby in New Zealand.
Kia ora, tautoko marika e rā kupu e hoa. Nā te mea e mohiana au, te nuinga o ngā mahi kua tutuki I e rā tāngata e tautoko ana, e whakarite ana, e nei tama I roto I tēnei kēmu, ka aroha nuitia e mātou. Nō reira ai, nei rā te mihi ki a koe e Shane.
Southland now with the ball. Just outside the 22. There's Taylor, Jimmy Taylor.
And that was Finn Hurley at number 12. I was sitting down for a bit of a kai with the whānau, and they said to us, hey, make sure you give a massive shout out to the Hurley whānau, so nei rā te mihi nui ki a koutou katoa. They said they love hearing the te reo being spoken, so anei ngā kupu mānawa nui ki a koutou te whānau Hurley.
Te mihi nui.
E no konei tō rātou te pāpa o tērā tama, no taranaki ia, no reira ai, nei rā te mihi e hoa.
Kia ora, and thank you to the Hurley family for blessing us with the opportunity to see your whānau playing this great game of Futu Poro.
And it's a great pleasure for us to bring these games, because no doubt there are maha ngā whānau kei wai hopai, kāre kua tai mai nā te nui o te uti ko hara mai ki konei, no reira ai, mihi atu ki a koutou e mātaki mai ana.
Definitely, you're right, e hoa. It's a pleasure and a privilege to bring today's coverage of the championships to Championship Sunday here at the New Zealand Barbarians National First 15 Championship. The top four Championship Sunday, baby. Doesn't get any better than that. As you see Southland with a penalty here on the 22. We've already mentioned this is a repeat of the grand final of 23. Well, Southland have 3 players from that team. The prop, Presley McHugh, the number 8, Josh Cairns, and Jimmy Taylor, who's now at first 5. He was fullback that day. And on the flip side for Westlake, Jeremiah Samoa, Kavia Tuimanu, the other prop, so hooker and prop. And then Solomoni Tui Tupo as a youngster. He's now in the 6th jersey, and Travis Finlay, the number 8. So 4 players from Westlake played in that final, 3 from Southland. Know what it's all about, Ehua.
And funny you should mention that, Chopper, because those are the players that have been standing out when it comes to the game. And what does that say? If you've got that experience coming to the big stage, then you're able to, put yourself into the game a little bit more, because you already know that pressure that's going to come to you. So, nei rā te mihi kia Samoa, kia Tulimanu, Peter Finlay and Tui Tupo.
Back of the scrum now. Running from their own try line. Westlake are used to this. They played on this field on day 1 in the wind. And they contended with a huge amount of wind as that one skids just backwards. Luckily enough for the winger, Garrick, for Southland. But that game, we saw Ethan on this field. They were running it from within their 22 because the wind was so fierce, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're not seeing as much of that today, but hey, there's another condition to contend with, and that is ngā pai huarere. So tai mai te ua i te rangi nei, tino reti ana te papa, no reira ai. Ka whakaritea e nei tima ki tērā āhuatanga. Koe rā ngā āhua o te wā, ono kilomita te kaha o te pupuhi o te hau, a te kaumātahi te pāmahana.
Someone turned the windmills off on the hills up there in Manawatu. The wind is down today, so we're quite happy about that. We've got a great quality football here on Championship Sunday, that's for sure. Taylor now shovels it out to his open side flanker, Cooper Mitchell. He'll take it up just outside the halfway mark. Nāhere shovels it on, charging, pod up the middle. They'll go again with another pod, this time Coulthard. Methodical in their approach here, Southland. 12 this time. Hurley with the whānau cheering from down in Ototahi. An opportunity, though, for both teams here to put their best foot forward. Not far out now, about 10 to 12 metres. They'll push forward. This time Wilson. Lining up. Mitchell. Nārere dishes it out. This time the back of the scrum. Cairns has an opportunity. About 4 metres shy now of the try line. Trudging up, just short. Ururoto being asked the question here multiple times. Can they hold out? The blue jerseys are flying. They'll go left side. Bit of width this time. Taylor gets it to the fullback with a fend. Jack Brock will slide over, but the referee will bring him back.
Ai, ka toro atu ringa a te kaiwa wao, nā te mea ka tūhapa ana a Westlake, so there was a little bit of offside tūhapa Westlake Ururoto, but they fed it wide, they took the chance, and unfortunately not able to convert it into a try this time, but they've still got the opportunity. So what are they going to do here, Chopper? I reckon they might go for a little tap and go.
I love this about schoolboy football. When they do, tap and go, straight to the line, half a metre short. Soasa now. Real close, Southland. Looking for their first points of the match. And they will get their first points of the match. Just McKay will dot down for the boys in the south.
Ai, rawe te kawinga I tērā pōro McKay. And ngā tai tamatāne o Waihopa I tērā, tai atu ki te rārangi piro. Nō reira ai, whakarite ana te kai whana I te pōro, kia tapiri e rā tatauranga ki tōna tīma. And some defence shown by Westlake, but once again, Southland boys able to just keep that pressure, keep applying that pressure, and able to come up with the points there. So it's going to make it an interesting game, one end to the other. And this kick, kicking has become an important part of the game. And if you're not able to convert these ones, then at the end of the game, as we've seen in many of these finals, it comes down to those kicks. Chopper.
It sure does indeed. It's been a tough day to kick the ball today. It really has been tough as Taylor just slides this inside the left-handed upright, and they will get the maximum points here. So 7 points to 5. It is Southland leading Ururoto Westlake.
Non shalai sed vitae dis semas. Koira te kupu a tērā kura o Waihopai, not for school but for life, we are learning, and that is the school motto. I'm lucky that I didn't take Latin, so if there was a mistake in that, arohatu ki te kura rā, but hey, kura ka haere au ki te kohanga reo, ka ako au I roto I te reo, engari kāre au he akoranga kei roto I ērā wāhi mo tērā reo o Latin.
Not for school, but for life. So they're teaching them life skills, and Southland, fantastic. That's what they're learning. And of course, on the flip side for Westlake, Virtute Experimentur, let courage be thy test. So learning and courage, the two mottos for the respective schools here in the bronze medal match. I think it sets us up well for a great bronze medal game.
Absolutely, and that's a massive kick there from the Southland boys, but evenly taken there by Waller, massive, and putting it back down to the right-hand side of the field, the far side of the field. Come on, mate.
Good talk just inside their half. Westlake just about 5 minutes across the Harbour Bridge in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, on the north side. Play their competition Futiporo in the North Harbour region. And then they're lucky enough to win that, which they have been dominant for a number of years now. They then play the winner of the Auckland Championship for the Blues champion. And they did that against Kings this year. A tough game there, 29-24, to get here to the top 4.
And in addition, in that region, they actually have whāngarei coming from the Taitokero, so they travel down every week to play all these other schools. Mai te raki pai whenua.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it was whāngarei in the final of the North Harbour Championship.
Ko rātou te tīma e pakangana kia Ururoto, and he tino tata tērā kēmu kei roto I te taiwhanga o North Harbour Stadium. Nō reira, tino tata rātou ki te eke ki tērā taumata. Anō hoki kei roto I te kēmu kei Wainganui Ururoto me te tīma o King's College, tata rawa tērā kēmu, pai atu ki te mutunga o tērā kēmu.
Yeah, they talk about getting through those tough, tight games, and it's all about togetherness at Westlake. A real belief. I got a chance to catch up with the sports coordinator for Westlake, Tamron Seymour, and she has loved what they've done with this team this year. The reason why she loves it is because it doesn't matter whether you're a senior veteran or a young player, every single player has a voice, every single player believes they're important to the team.
Kia ora. No, every cog makes it work, Chopper, and that's indeed what all teams actually have to have when it comes to cohesion and coming together. Whakakotahi I ngā whakaaro kia anga hakamua ana rātou.
Southland. Taylor, he is the playmaker. Finds the gap in the back. Perfectly down there, but they'll come back for an advantage.
Nā te mea e tūhapa ana a ngā kai oma ki te whai I tērā pōro I te wā e whana ana ai ka kite mātou I tērā āhuatanga. Nō reira kei a Luke Waller te pōro I nainei ka whana ana ki ngā paitaha.
Waller will find touch just outside the 22 of Southland. So an attacking opportunity here if they can gather in their own throw for Ururoto Westlake.
And I would imagine this close to the line that Ururoto ka whakaritea I tētahi kakari, hakamua, engari ka hoatu te pōro ki tērā tama, me tōna kawenga tino kaha a te nama waru ko Travis Finlay tērā.
Set move from the line out for sure as the hooker runs around to gather that one, feeds it off to the number 8 as you mentioned. Finlay.
And a quick mention of the couple of these boys from Westlake, having spoken to a couple. We've got a couple of year 11s in there, so no doubt we'll be seeing them in the future possibly as they keep developing. And you've got to have a little bit of that. You can't have all year 13s, otherwise 1 year to the next, you lose that whole lot. And there we have Tukania, that other year 11 from Westlake, Uriroto.
Tukania's got 2 more years at this grade. Boy, watch out. Like the look of him already, the left winger for Uriroto Westlake. At Southland, I followed their record this season. They have had an amazing season in the Deep South. Of course, winning the Highlanders Championship, then the South Island Championship to make their way to the top 4 again. Really is outstanding to see Southland back here and amongst it.
And so if we look at one of those wins that they took there, it was actually by way of...
Yeah, they have lots of great close games opportunity. Of course, we remember back in 2023, Jimmy Taylor slotting a last-minute drop goal to get them to win the championship. Well, I'm told this year he pulled off an amazing tackle to win the South Island Championship. So a key player is Taylor for this team from Southland.
E kawe mai ana te pōroa tērā tangata Tukania. And it's not quite as advantageous in these slippery conditions for our outside backs to be able to zig and zag because the boots just don't stick. But they'll have to work like those forwards and just make their way up the field 1 metre at a time.
Taking their time, working their way through. As Southland will look to reset here. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the first half, Ethan. What have you thought about the bronze medal match for these two teams so far?
Well, there's nothing in it really. You know, each team has had the opportunity to push into the opposition's half, and each time they've come away with a try. So if that trend continues, then no doubt kāre kore ka kite I te maha o ngā piro kua tai mai. Nō reira, engari, kei ngā taitamatāne o Waihopai, te pēhinga nui I tēnei wā, nā te mea kei roto I tō rātou hawhe I tēnei wā. Nō reira, hei, whakamahia ngā mahi, ka hoki ki te rā, te hawhe o Uriroto a, ka kite I nei tērā āhuatanga. Engari, kei reira a tētahi o ngā tama no Uriroto ki te kawe, ki te whana I te pōro ki ngā paitaha a kua kite. And we see that big gain there by Southland boys just by that one kick. So they've put themselves in the right position to attack now, whereas 2 seconds ago they were not.
E tika te kōrero, e tika te kōrero. Game of tactics, a game of inches, a game of different styles. This is schoolboy footy at its best here in the top 4. So I'm back for Uriroto. Great hands. So I'll take it to the line. Leaf, box kick over the top, finding a gap. Takainia charging down and left foot kick. This is not going to go out. Oh, it'll bounce out of play. An opportunity here as Jack Brock had to put it on his left foot and just manages to get it out.
Yes, and like we just spoke about, it's all about taking those opportunities when you have the chance. So putting them down into their half, putting pressure on the other team, and then looking for those mistakes, and that's exactly what we've seen there. A little hupper, but it's still in the middle of the field. So really, I would probably look at Southland boys maybe putting a kick down into the Westlake boys area to keep that pressure on.
As you know, it's a little hard to see rain falling on the screen, but what you can see is the result of it. Look at the uniform and the shirts of both teams. Mud all over it. It's greasy underfoot. That ball is greasy now. It's going to be a big part of this semi-final, isn't it? Sorry, bronze medal match.
Absolutely. And we can see that on the back of that number 6, who is from Westlake, a tino paru tōna poraka I nei.
Tino paru.
Paru tōna poraka. Me ngā tarau poto a ngā tāne o Waihopai. And this fella out in the 14, he's got a fresh looking shirt on.
Up and under, and the ball bobbles around a little bit. Kaiwa finds a knock on in amongst it all. Oh boy, it's got a bit of everything here. An up and under. Haven't seen one of those for a while. First one here in the bronze medal match. Maybe a strategy to use going forward.
Well, it's a good option because under these slippery conditions, the ball it can slip off the foot. But hey, when you're going to catch it, they've got to put themselves into a position, moving themselves to the side. So if they do let their ball go through, it's not going to be a knock on, and we have seen that this time, and that now gives the opportunity for Southland boys to put that pressure back onto Ururoto.
Prime opportunity to launch an attacking platform here at the Southland boys.
And it was good to see the chase by that number 14, Charlie Byrne. Obviously, he hasn't had much action, but as we know, as a winger and fullback, if you're not getting action, you need to find something for yourself to do. Don't just sit out there, and that's the carry there by Finn Hurley to get us underway. Nice and close in the 22 from Ururoto.
Southland now punching towards the line. Ururoto having to answer the question time and time again. Back to the Pomoa. McHugh. And the other side now, Mito. And we'll go the middle. Salazar. Whole puck. Po Whakamua, front row getting involved here for Southland. Now it's the second row. McKee, try score earlier.
Anoko Salesa Tera.
Putting their hands up. Here, they'll go a little wider. Jersey's trying to get dirty now.
And Charlie Burns found a little bit of dirt there. He can't walk off the field with a clean shirt, good sir.
Oh, good defence here. Can they turn it over, Ururoto? Well placed back. Southland driving forward again.
And retaining position, and that's the important part. Keeping that pressure onto the Westlake team so that any mistake that they should make, this is the mistake that you don't want to make in this end of the field.
Composure, running in hard now. They'll go again. Another pillar. Another post. Can they bounce off it? Come left. Here comes the winger. Wants to get dirty, but I think the ball got dirty instead as that one pops out.
And Westlake will be counting their lucky stars that that wasn't able to be converted, because it is 7-5, and had they scored there, he was in a pretty good position to pop that kick over there, and he's shown throughout this competition that he's able to do that, those sorts of kicks to young Jimmy Taylor. So Westlake still not out of the woods yet.
Great defensive fortitude. Backs against your own try line. Really is the sign of a strong team who can defend. Now they'll look to try and get themselves out of the red zone here. Need a stable scrum. Off the back goes Finlay. One of those 3 players or 4 players for Westlake. They played in the final 2 years ago. Watching forward now. Peterson. Great new lock into the Westlake side. This throw goes away, and they'll have no choice but to press it down inside their own goal.
And that's one of those new rules that's recently come in, that if the ball goes back over the line and you press it down, it's now a 5-metre scrum. One of those other changes.
Because their own team passed it back, right? Yeah, otherwise it's not a 20. And then there's an inline goal dropout too, right? Now.
So nowadays, it used to be that if you got held up over the line, it came back for a 5-metre scrum. But because they're trying to speed up the game of rugby, they come now and they do the dropouts, which I actually agree with, because it speeds up and there's not so much downtime, which I enjoy seeing as a rugby viewer.
These kids like to play quick. Here we go. Southland, opportunity. Back of the scrum. Jimmy Taylor, playmaker. Skips 1, skips 2, goes to the middle, and under the black dot goes Jimmy Taylor to score for Southland.
Beautiful carry there. He was delivered the pass beautifully by that number 9, who was Cohen rārere, te pautoko, maka atu tērā pōro ki aia ki te topa tahi, ka we atu, ka whati e rua o ngā mea o ururoto ki te kaui te pōro ki tērā. Ngā rutu, whati e rua ngā rutu.
Taylor to convert his own try, and he'll slot that one over as well. So maximum points for the both tries here in the first half for Southland. They lead the match 14 points to 5.
Well-earned try, because they just worked themselves into the right position, consistently kept that pressure on, and Ururoto unable to find a way to get out of that half. So what are they going to do now? They're going to need to keep working at putting that ball down into the opposition's area, and then just keep that pressure on. And that goes for both teams.
Aye. Lord to Westlake scored the first try here in this bronze medal match. And looking to use their defence here to create some offence. Number 4, Hugo Peterson with a big tackle right there.
Getting into the right area of the field, and that started off by a beautiful kick by young Luke Waller there to get it nice and high and not too far to give his players an opportunity to contest at that where the ball came down, and they've done that, and they've come away with a little bit of an opportunity here at Kakari or Nonoke, kei roto i te wāhi o ngā taitamatane o Waihopai. And we can see there, he's just having a little bit of
strategy. Couple of reasons for that. Maybe he goes there, but if not, he'll keep the defence over there. That's why he wanted to make room in behind. This one skids out. It'll go dead out of play, but who did it come off first? That's the question. Ururoto by the looks.
Yeah, ai ki te kaiwawao, ai mai ngā ringa o ngā taitamatane o Ururoto tērā. And tino tata tērā kura o Ururoto ki te pai piro o ngā taitamatane o Waihopai.
Really like what we saw out of Levi Leith, the halfback for Westlake right there. He pulled his winger up, so he was showing the defence from Southland. I might go down the blind side, but he was doing that to pull the middle over to create that space in behind, and Westlake almost grabbed a try because of it.
Yep, good
Great
thinking.
heads-up play.
And showed his experience, obviously, on his 50th game here for Ururoto.
It's the brother of the captain, open side flanker Arlo. So the Leaf boys have got it going on.
And it's been fairly even in the front row, wouldn't you say?
Yes, agreed. To get the quarter at all, you're dead right, Ihua.
And that's often where the platform comes from, I roto I ngā tīma, is from our forwards, setting up a good structure so that the backs get the ball going forward. And now, just a moments ago, we had the ball at the other end of the field, and now it's Southland's turn to try and get out of that red zone. So as we said earlier, it's been a try-for-try match at the moment, so Westlake are going to be wanting to have a big push here, mai ngā paumua.
Come, Taylor. He's got a big boot. Doesn't want it to go out though. They're looking to just grab this position back off Ururoto, but the winger proving a handful here. Tukanaya lays it back perfectly here. Allows Westlake. Whoa! Defense wins championships. And Finn Hurley shows he's got championship shoulders.
He got up quick and he didn't give them an opportunity. And I was about to say there was good hands by that Travis Finlay from Westlake, but unable to find his man on the outside. And that e te whānau brings us to the half-time. Southland boys at Te Kaumā Whā 14, Westlake boys at Rima 5 points.
Fantastic game here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. 2 tries to 1. It is Southland leading. Second half to come.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times. It's a real privilege, but you know, for us, we want to see others get involved in this. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
Sport is about more than just a game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice. No more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Get the MāORI Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make MāORI Plus your mate and stream now.
Tēnā koutou katoa nau mai haere mai whakatau mai anō ki tēnei pakanga nui kei wainga nui i a Westlake Ururoto me ngā tai tamatāne o Waihopai Southland boys. It's been a tight first half for them, but the weather's proving a little bit difficult. We've seen a few knock-ons, but I'm sure that both of these teams are going to come out and going to give it their all to finish off this season for them.
Kia ora koutou, welcome back here to Central Energy Trust Arena on Championship Sunday here. As you just heard from Ethan Smith, our te reo specialist, introducing our game here, Westlake taking on Southland. A fantastic game. I'm Jason Kirby's aka Chopper. Thank you so much for tuning into these live images of the Kata Māori. It's our complete privilege to bring you a rangatei playing futu poro here at the highest of highest levels. Outstanding game so far, e hoa. The first half, 3 tries. What did you think?
It was impressive in these conditions. Obviously, each time they've got down into each other's halves, they've given a good crack at putting some points on the board. And we saw that almost Westlake getting down to the other end and trying to even things up. But Southland doing what they needed to do was to keep them out of that space.
4th minute of the match, Westlake scored their 5-pointer. Didn't score again in the first half. Southland has scored in the 16th and 31 minute. Who will score here in the second half? We're about to find out. This one skids away. We'll be able to press that one down to restart. Here, of course, Westlake and Southland playing for officially, it's called the 3rd and 4th match. I don't like that title. I've always called it the bronze medal. It sounds better, and they deserve to too. It's a huge feat to make the top 4, both of these good, Southland and Westlake, and playing today to get some of the silverware to come back to the cabinet. It's definitely a big deal for these two teams.
Sometimes I feel like teams get to this point in the match and they haven't made it to the grand championship match. But hey, if you come away with a bronze medal, when all the other teams in Aotearoa have been vying for the spot just to get here, so you get a bronze medal, that's something you get to take home as a taonga for yourself, for your whānau, for your hapuri, for your iwi. So it's something to be proud of.
Sure is indeed. Scrum on halfway here, and of course Westlake playing for something special today. The 21 tenured veteran there, manager Shane Young, will retire as Westlake's manager after today's fixture, and they will try and send him away as a winner with a bronze medal at the top 4 for 2025. A couple of replacements onto the field. His shirt number 20 in for Westlake boys. That is the replacement halfback, Lee Hanru Cravenstein. We saw him come on the semi-final game as well. He's a good distributor of the ball.
Absolutely, and we know he's fresh. How do we know he's fresh? Because he's got the cleanest shirt out on the paddock, and to be fair...
paru.
Kāre he paru ke runga I tōna hate, engari ākua nei ka kite I tērā āhuatanga. And also, there was a couple of Westlake boys out in the backs there who also had pretty clean shirts, so I'm going to say to myself, boys, you need to get in there and get some paru on those shirts. You never want to finish a game and your shirt looks like it's brand new.
Well, as we get underway here in the second half of the bronze medal match over on field 1, they have just completed the Weddell Huckers between fielding the home side with a big crowd in the stadium today against Rotorua Raukura, and they've sent down a number of buses full of supporters today. The championship final's about to get underway. You can watch that live on Whakaata Māori TV, free to air, or of course one of the other streams here on the MāORI Plus channel.
Pono marika e hoa. And also, if you're really watching this game, hold tune, because you can tune over later on, and you can rewind it back if you're on the YouTube channel, and you can start that game from the start, so you're getting all the action all the time, and we can only bring you that action because of that kind sponsorship by those people from New Zealand Carbon Farming, from those people from Apollo Projects, from the whānau at Celtics and Bailey's, and obviously Whakaata Māori, who are bringing you Te Reo Māori to try and encourage all of our whānau at home to give it a go.
Kia ora koutou, and thank you for your tautoko sponsorship support of our rangatahi playing this great game of whutupōro. Second half action. Southland lead by 9 points here. Westlake, I mentioned earlier, scored their try back on the 4th minute of this match. We'll look to try and set a platform to change the scoreline at some stage.
Pretty even contest in the scrum there, but it's popped out of the scrum, which has put pressure all on the players there. But the referee, the Kaiwa Wau, has said, "Nā kau, haere mai, ka whakaritea tērā nonoke anō, nā te mea kua puta te poro, I te wāhi, kāre te wāhi pai kua puta I te poro, nō reira ka whakaritea anō e rā nonoke."
Hardy fans on the far side with their umbrellas.
Absolutely, in this kind of weather you got to stay safe and warm, eh? Haka mahana I te tinana. Kāre haka māku I ngā kākahu nā te mea kua tai mai te rewharewa.
You can tell that there's no Wellington College in this one because there'd be no umbrellas. They just get turned inside out down there. But away we go here. Westlake inside their own half. A little chip into space. Here comes Fleming. The fullback just pops his head up there, Brock, for a second.
And some defensive pressure there by Westlake on that kick, able to just put that little bit more pressure onto Southland boys, ngā taitamatane o Waihopai. And they're going to have to work themselves out of that danger zone. And e ai ki te Kaiwa Wau, ka tūhapa ana rātou o kua tai mai ki te taha o tērā.
Jimmy Taylor will have an opportunity here. Get them out of their half. And he's got a decent boot, big whana down the field from Taylor.
I roto I te ringa o tērā tangata o Luke Salesa te poro.
They're just not jumping legally. Southland now.
Ki taku nei mōhio, ka tangohia te ringa o te kai peke I tērā wā, mai tērā tīma o Uriroto. Nō reira, a te wā, ka tangata āta kite I te kaiwa wau I tērā mahi mai tērā tima o Ururoto. Ana ka whakaatu atu, ka whakamohio ki te ngā taitamatani o Ururoto te kaiwa wau. Nō reira ka whakarite anō tērā rārangi paitaha.
Nice play off the front of the line out there. Southland crossed the advantage point easily. Now that's the rumble in the jungle. Rārere. Snappy from the base of the ruck. Salazar. Southland marshalling the troops to the right side. Pod working together in threes here, Southland. Here's another three. Westlake, if you watch them in the background, look at their defence resettle themselves. And they will pop it out of the back. That is great fortitude and composure.
Kua puta te poro ki te taha o Westlake, engari kāre rātou e tiaki ana nō reira. Ai, ka whakarite a te kai whana, kai murira, engari ka kite I tētahi wāhi e wātea ana, kua kite I te tangata a Tūkania. Me te wāhi kai mua iaia e wātea ana, engari e ai ki te kai wawao, ka puta te poro, ka taka haka mua ana.
I tell you what, Israel Tūkania tippy-toeing, dancing down the sideline like Matua Smith on a Friday night in Papua here. Boy, oh boy, I don't know how he made it down there.
Well, he's obviously got speed on his side, and that gave him the opportunity to just get himself just around the reaches of that outside man from Southland boys. And we saw the explosive speed from him, and he can only get better, couldn't he?
Is it the electric slide or is it the two-step? What works the best these days, Matua?
You add them all together. The electric two-step. Oh, kia tūpato e te whānau. And ka kite e tērā electric two-step on the sideline by Tūkania I tērā wā e wā.
The electric two-step. I'm going to use that again in this game. 100%.
Absolutely. A little electric two-step by the winger when he picks up the ball. And there is number 22 coming into the game, Tom Loader. So he's going to look forward to getting his shirt and shorts dirty, getting into the mahi space.
It's a real arm wrestle, this game, though, isn't it? I mean, I know there is a margin here at the moment of 9 points, but it feels like it's a 1 point match, basically.
And once again, as soon as you're in their half and you're in that area, you're putting pressure on them and you're saying, check, over to you to make the move. And if you can't make the move, we'll pounce on any mistakes that you make. Nā I runga I tōna hapa, ka waimari e mātou.
Rārere feeds the scrum here. Push back a little from Ururoto Westlake. Taylor, big up and under. We saw one of these in the first half.
And pai te hopu te mau o Ollie Davis I tērā poro. And ka whakahokia ki tērā wāhi o ngā taitamatani o Waihopai.
Quick ball, blindside. Chip ahead. 20 chasing here, Loader. Oh, sorry, apologies. Cravenstein, the replacement halfback.
And that's what the injection of fresh legs does. You've just got that ability to get up a little bit quicker and put pressure on them. And there was a big hit put in there by the Paumua Kaiwa Tulimanu.
Westlake have the history of using their whole roster through their match. They're deep, believe in each other, and a mark taken by Taylor in the deep.
Well, that was a great take by the 15, Ollie Davis from Westlake. He was running at it at pace, and the ball coming down with a lot of water on it. So to be able to bring that ball in, well played, young fella.
Well, that kick's got to be at least 50 odd metres, and it's not your throwing, young man. So Rārere has moved to standoff. Was that where he went last time?
No, that's the young Leith.
Oh, Leith, sorry. Yeah, he's
out to the topa-tahi position.
Yes,
and then that new man, Cravenstein, into their halfback position, the Potahi.
That's the move they made earlier in the week of the semi-final too. Onto the back of the line out this time. Only more opportunity here for Ururoto Westlake.
We haven't seen too many of these, so it's nice to see the organisation by the Fords coaches have obviously been doing a bit of work in this space because they realise, hey, it's not going to be a ball out the back to the backs all the time.
10 metres on the rolling ball. Set the platform here. Malu pushing his way forward. Looks like Bolger into the game. Gravenstein. Manu.
And ka toro atu te ringa o te kaiwawa o nā te mea ka tūhapa a ngā taitamatani o Waihopai.
Leaf with the chip because he knows the advantage is in play.
Ai, a hāmene ana. Ngā taitamatani o Waihopai. Mōrira ka hoki anō ki tērā wāhi. Whai whakaro ana a Westlake ki te whana ki te kokona pea. Hei whakarite tētahi rārangi paitaha anō. And we may well see another one of those driving balls they just exhibited there, because if they've got the opportunity close to the line, Southland's going to need to do a lot to hold them out.
Heads up play here from Westlake in the last passage. Of course, knowing they had the advantage, so the chip in to see create something. Worst case scenario, as you also rightly put, they'll get another line out and maybe another rolling ball. Time called here by the Kaiwawa referee. Happy now. Short line out. Beginning of a rolling ball. They push ahead again. And as Morgan Seymour injected at the back of the scrum with the ball in hand now. Can the substitute forward prove the difference? He runs now. Pulled down inside the 22. Up again, Bolger. He's been good since he's come onto the field. Left side. Leaf. Captain Leaf. And unfortunately, an infringement ensues. They'll come back and reset here, Ururoto.
Often you'll see at this point of the game a scrum employed to try and draw in a few more of those players, and there we go, the ref saying to them again, kicks the ball to where the actual mark was. And the big fella here, number 3, the Paumua, Kaiwa Tulimanu.
Set play. They come right up the pushing left. Here comes Arlo. Leaf, the captain. He's just shorts. Driving again, Ururoto.
Big leg drive there to get into that space.
They go wide. Ball goes wider though, and Southland hold their fortitude.
Great resolute defence by the boys from Waihopai, Southland, to be able to just look up and put that extra pressure on by getting up quickly and shutting down the momentum that Westlake had been building.
Jason Dermody, head coach for the Southland boys, has been for a number of years. He's the brother of Clark Dermody, of course, the Highlanders coach. So the pedigree of coaching at Southland is very, very strong. Quite a number of All Blacks have come out of Southland. 144 years old, established in 1881.
And Westlake Ururoto, ko tā rātou whakaaro pia ki te pēhitanga kei runga I tērā topa tahi.
Forwards push from Ururoto. Ref blows his whistle. So, replacement in the front row, Seymour getting a little bit of action.
And perhaps adding that little bit of inspiration to get the forwards moving forward in those nonoke and those scrums, and that's what we've seen since he's come on.
So Seymour into the hooking role here, front row for Westlake. Southland. Defensive scrum required with the feed to the feed.
One-man bomb squad. One-man bomb squad from Seymour there.
Arere waits for it to be settled. It's not settled. Turning. They'll have to run it out from their own danger zone here, Southland. Now looking for the kick. Taylor is back. And he'll have to shank it into touch. But Ururoto Westlake in a good position here in the second half.
It's almost, if we rewind about 5 minutes, we're almost in that similar position. So I would say 3 times now they're going to have the opportunity to try and roll their way down to the Southland boys try line.
Came to the front of the line out for the rolling ball last time. They go to the front again and another rolling ball. Seymour at the back in 16. Well, broken apart a little bit. Southland pulled it down too. No arm out from the referee. They'll dish it out to the left. The two-step. And Southland get out of jail here as Taylor just hoofs it down the line.
And Tuane Rolleston having to go back and pick up and tidy up, and he's almost lost his shirt in amongst that tussle. And Fleming there with the kick to clear it. Southland boys doing he mahi nui ki te hoki ki roto i te wāhi o Ururoto. Engari kāre i waiho tērā tāne i te tangata i runga i te papa, no reira he hāmene kei a Ururoto i tēnei wā.
Championship Sunday's been fantastic today here already. The bronze medal match in the women's division went to Christchurch 29-15, and then Manukura picking up the title for 2025, 20/17 on Hamilton, your Hine Pounamu champion for 2025.
And kei roto i te wāhi o Waihopai, ngā taitamatāne o Ururoto, ka kite anō i tērā kokiri whakamua. Kei reira hoki tērā te kaumā ono mai te kura o Ururoto.
Seymour with the ball on the side of the rolling ball. Now they'll feed it back. Looks like it's in the arms of Arlo Leith, the captain. Real close. Ururoto. Southland putting up a wall of defence here. Arm is out from the referee. I'll spin it wide this time. Round the back door. Oh, what a tackle on Leaf, the first five. And Southland find a way to defuse this offensive bomb from Westlake.
Luca Salesa seeing the danger that was created there by Levi Leith coming out the back there, and he said, "Not on my watch, buddy, I'm going to take you down." And that's exactly what he did, and shut down that whole momentum shift that Westlake had.
Not on my watch. You've ever seen this move before? Do they go left or do they spin it right? Set both ways.
Kei roto I te ringa o Kaiwa Tulimanu. Engari ka maka te poro
Now
te
looking
waho.
to spread it. They've got room on the edge here. Replacement winger number 22, Finn Holbrook, will score for Ururoto 18 minutes into the second half.
Ko te tatauranga I nai nei ko te kaumā whā ki te kau. Ka hoatu te poro ki te kai whana hei tāpiri I tēnei piro. No reira, he tino ua tēnei whana, engari, kei ainga ngā pukenga ka kite I tērā āhuatanga I tērā atu kēmu I te rā mere. No reira, kei roto I te ringa o tērā tama o Ollie Davis, te poro I naini.
Ethan, you said right in the first half that maybe conversions are going to prove the difference in this one. This is going to be one of the toughest kicks of the day.
Looking at those sideline flags, ka kite I ngā haki, kei ngā taha, kāre e tino kaha te pupu e te hau, no reira, hei whakamāmā tērā I tēnei whana tapiri.
64 metres, I'd say, on the line, diagonal to the post. Davis, low drive, and it's a beauty from the sideline. Ururoto Westlake within 2, 14 points to 12.
Tāhua tērā whana a te tama Ollie Davis mai te kura o Ururoto. I te tāpiri atu I ngā tatauranga ko te kaumā whā ki te kaumā rua. I nai nei tino tatarawa atu tērā tatauranga. Kei ngā ringa a Taylor, te kai whana. Engari ka whakahokia a tērā tama no Ururoto. Ki roto tonu I tō rātou hawhi.
Mucking around here, restart is quick. Both teams now trying to play this game at pace. Short man line out. Southland. Right on the advantage line. 14 coming in for some work. Brian. And the forwards say, get out of our way. We got this one. Jimmy Taylor runs into one of his teammates, unfortunately, and that'll be a handover for Westlake.
And we just saw there a little bit of upset because
I think that's more about protecting your players, and Harry Cornelius comes in there and he sees his, Coltard comes in there, sees his fly half, first fly of Jimmy Taylor, get kind of pushed around a little bit. It's like, hey buddy, pick on someone your own size. They are both two well-respected schools here. You know they're going to play this game clean, and it's a fantastic spectacle to watch.
And they're both fired up. Ai nui te ahi kei roto i a rātou, kei roto i te puku. Nō reira, ia te wā ka ki te tētahi mea rereke, kua tai mai te ahi.
Great to see this game means something to these players, their supporters, and thank you. Well, we got that moment breaking in. Thank you, supporters, for supporting the tamariki, these rangatahi, whether you're kaiako, your whānau, the time you've put into these young men to play at the highest level here at secondary schools, first 15.
Aye, all the mums and dads, aunties and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, ngā karaua, ngā kuia, kua tai mai ia rāhoroi ki te tautoko, ki te mātakitaki i ngā tamariki, kei ngā paitaha o ngā whira, nui ngā mahi kua oti ngā whānau.
Auntie doing the fundraiser for the nephew. Help them get around the country to play this great game of rugby football. Back into the action now. Westlake just over halfway with the ball. Gravenstein.
Nice pick up there off the ground with a slippery ball, and he does plenty with it, the young man there, the Pautaha, Travis Finlay.
Little chip in behind, but this one will go out of play, but in territory, positive territory if you look at it from Westlake's point of view. From Southland's point of view, they're happy to have the ball back.
Absolutely. You just question whether it's a good idea to give the option to the opposition to get themselves out of trouble. But perhaps they needed a little breather just for a moment to get themselves recalibrated.
Southland lineup's been really solid today, as you saw that in their short man lineup. No problems. Look where we are now, inside the half of Westlake, up to halfway. So strategy worked.
And we haven't seen too much action from Tuaine Rolleston. Hasn't been fed the ball too often, but he's tried to have a go there himself, but he's met with a big defensive line from the Southland boys as they fight to try and get to the ground there. Whawhai ana ia ki te tau te pauro ki runga i te papa.
Gravenstein comes left, Leaf wrapped around the back. Now they'll get it to the speedster on the edge. Holbrook, the try scorer, inside the 22 now. Westlake finding a spot. Southland still getting onside.
Tuitapo with the carry there, making some more ground.
Playing this game at pace now. They're a fit team, this Westlake team. Up the middle, Captain Arlo Leith drives it off. One of the Pomua now bangs himself into the ground. Westlake only a couple of metres out. Driving for the line. Referee is right there. Come to the left side. Drives this way, looking for the edge, looking for the arm, and it's up. The Pomua, apologies, Yano Pens dots over for Ururoto Westlake to grab the lead since the 4th minute of the game.
Ka kita i te harikoa o ngā mātua kei muri i te rārangi pero i mui te tūnga o tēnā ringa o te kaiwawa o ka hikina te ringa o ngā kai tautoko e whakaai ana ki tērā pero nō reira mihi ana ki ngā whānau i reira e tai mai tawhiti ki te tautoko i a rātou ka tāpiri atu tērā whana a Ollie Davis i tērā piro nō reira ko te tatauranga i tēnei wā te kaumā whā kia wai hopai te kaumā iwa kia Ururoto.
Fantastic indeed, 19-14. Westlake over Southland. This game has really turned itself on its head here. Westlake scored the first try of the match. That was in the 4th minute. Now they grab the lead in the 57th minute again. It's taken that long to get back into the lead. They'll clear from within the red zone. 5-point margin here in the bronze medal match with just over 10 minutes to go.
Whakarite anō te paitaha, te rārangi paitaha. Kāre I tika te maka o tērā pōro. Nō reira kei a ururoto te pōro I naenei ki te kawe atu ke roto I te rohe o Waihopai.
Westlake with the introduction of their bench. The impact players have really changed the landscape of this game since they've come into it. Ethan, on Southland's point of view, how do they combat that and how do they get back to grab the lead in this match or win it?
And he's going to ask the question there, young Jimmy Taylor, because if it went into the inside the 22, it means that that's a throw to Westlake. Yeah. But correctly, the tāngata takaiwawa o tautoko ki te taha ai ka whakai ia ki tōna kōrero a Taylor kei konei a te wāhi.
That was close. It was close indeed. But
Tino tatara watu, but they're going to have to do a lot and make less mistakes than keep the ball down in the Westlake half and keep the pressure on them.
Well, Southland have the ball. And they have the opportunity now.
Ai ki te kaiwa wau kei reira ka taka ngā pona ki runga I te papa I tērā wā waiho I te tangata engari kāri ururoto e mahi ana. Nō reira kei roto I te ringa a Taylor te pōro ki te whaka wātea I tērā tīma.
The key members of this team, these two forward packs have been very even. Maybe Ururoto's just edged a little with the... I told you these Olympic players off the bench. There's one, Seymour with the headgear 16. He's been good since he's come on. I think it's going to come down to both halfbacks. First fives, I should say. That man kicking the ball, Jimmy Taylor, how he steers the ship. And young Levi Leith on the other side for Ururoto Westlake, how he manufactures the field position to keep the lead.
And it's about putting into the space of the opposition and then waiting for the mistakes to come, because with the weather as it is, as we can see, that's exactly what they're trying to achieve. Just playing this little bit of chess, putting it back and forth, and with the kicking, who can gain the most territory. And it looks like Southland has come up on tops in this exchange, but unable to hold on to that ball. And so kei roto I te ringa a Ururoto.
Tactics evolving here as we work our way into the last 8 minutes of the match. As we mentioned before, Southland had a 9-point lead. It felt like a 1-point lead. Well, with Westlake with a 5-point lead, it feels like they're all locked up in a draw. Here is the key man for Southland.
And it's not only about making the kicks, it's about putting pressure on the ball carrier once, and that's exactly what we see there. Not giving them any chance.
This could be trouble here.
And they know they want to go quickly because they don't want to let the Westlake boys set up their defensive line.
Taylor wants a quick tap. He gets it. Off he goes, the fly half.
Brutal defence shown there by Ururoto.
Still about 15 metres out here, maybe 12 now for Southland. Big moment in the game right here. Huge moments in the game. Southland just a half a metre away, pick and go, close to the line. Kaiwawal's right there, he's short. No penalties at this point, could be catastrophic. They pick and go, he's there, he's right there. Southland have done it. The expression on the face says it all. They score the big man's try.
Absolutely beautiful work by Waihopai. Southland there to get within means of being able to put their ball over the line, and it is much easier these days, I find, when you're close to the line, because the referees are so they're watching out so carefully about people being offside, and so they've got to get behind the line, and there's always the opportunity there just to pick up the ball and put it over the line. And today that's what we have seen here by ngā taitama Tāne o Waihopai.
And Taylor will convert it. Southland, the topsy-turvy table. The scoreboard is flipped on its head. 21 points to 19, Southland in the lead.
And with only ono miniti ki te mutunga o tēnei kēmu, they've played their move, Southland, and now they say to Westlake, let's have a look at what you got.
Let's have a look at what you got indeed here. The bronze medal match for 2025. New Zealand Barbarians National First 15 Championship is going down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Westlake will kick off, and it's a one-on-one strip here. Play on.
And it's a beautiful carry by that number 8, Travis Finlay, carrying with strength over the advantage line. And the way some of these forwards are throwing the ball around, you would think they were backs.
Almost like the Harlem Globetrotters there for a moment. And this one does skid away.
But they're not out of trouble yet, the Southland boys. They're packing down the scrum just close to their 22. Tino tataki tō rātou rārangi rua te kaumārua. Nō reira, they have to be able to sustain the pressure that's going to be put on by Westlake. They know they need a massive scrum now to be able to put pressure on that kicker, who is most likely going to be Taylor. If they can't do that, he's going to clear them out, and they're going to have to work it back from their own line.
Boston Okino onto the side of the scrum as a replacement for Uruloto Westlake.
He massive tamatera hoki.
Rārere clears it from the base. And they will punt this ball out of their danger zone. But was he outside the 22, Ethan? He was. Big mistake here.
And so Ururoto with 2 points behind and 4 minutes to go. Kawe hoki ki wahi ke e huama.
It is inches, if not millimetres. Look where the throw is, right on the line. And it'll be a rolling maul that's worked so well for this team from Westlake. Diffuse the start of it here. The referees asked them to play it. Here's Seymour driving forward. 3 of them, 4 of them now. They regather. Gravenstein wants the ball. Still going. It's the captain. Leaf off the side of the rolling maul. Just a 1.5 foot short of the try line now. Gravenstein. Seymour. He's been good since he's come on. Just a metre short. Southland, defence wins championships. This is their big moment defensively. Gravenstein to the left side. Leaf with a chip kick pass. And the defence in the air is extraordinary. They'll come back for the advantage.
I thought to myself, why would we be kicking it? And it's obviously because there was advantage being played. Had that ball moved through the hands, perhaps we might have had a different tale. But the ref, the Kaiwa Wau, is telling us coming in from the side of that maul. And as you look at Tuitupo there, he has climbed a mountain and some, hasn't he?
Laying his body, tinana, everything on the line for his school or college here. Ururoto Westlake. Southland in the last minutes of the game, defending for the bronze medal. You know it's going to be a rolling maul. They get it to the back. There's Seymour. He wants it.
And Southland have multiple times now been able to stop Ururoto from getting it up, but
around the middle, it's drawn down. Referees, no arm up. They will play it to the left-hand side. Holding back.
Luke Lemalu with the ball there.
Defence is good. Ball's come out on the Southland side. Can they get out of danger here? Taylor in the pocket. And he punts it away to allow them to breathe just a little more here. The pressure from Ururoto is intense, but the fortitude of defence from Southland is amazing.
Absolutely brilliant defence when they were under pressure. They've come up trumps, and here we go. Some fresh legs coming to the field, some fresh laundered t-shirts as well, and they're going to be wanting to get themselves dirty with only 1 minute and 20 to go. E te whānau, it's going to be a tight finish, no doubt about it. Don't even stand up and have a sneeze, you might miss it.
Daniel Paea comes into the match in shirt 17, and I think it was Mackenzie Roberts, but we'll catch him as he comes a little closer to us. And didn't quite get that that line out correct into each other, and Southland will get the ball.
And that is testament to their defensive strength, Southland, never giving up, and they're going to hold on to this ball, try as they might to hold on to it so that they don't give Westlake another opportunity.
In the last minute of the match, all eyes are on the Kaiwa Whales watch here. Southland, 2-point margin to win the bronze medal. They won the championship off Westlake back in 2023. And they've done it again here. They have won the bronze medal. Talk about fortitude, talk about defence, wins championships, and in this case, it wins a bronze medal. Southland victorious, 21 points to 19.
Ai, miharo tēnei ke mu, miharo rawa atu, te kaha o ngā taitamatāne o Waihopai, ki te eke, ki te rātau matatua toru o ngā taitamatāne o Aotearoa. Nō reira, mihi tonu ana.
It was a fantastic indeed. Ethan, before you close us out, mate, your thoughts on this bronze medal Titanic match?
It was one way and then the other each time each team got the ball, but it came down to the smallest of margins right at the end, right on their line. Only 20 centimetres or so to be able to get the ball over that line, and Southland was able to hold out, and here we have the result. Rua te kau mā tahi ki te tahi te kau mā iwa.
Simply brilliant indeed. 2 tries to 1 in the first half. Southland with the edge in that one. Then the second half, 2 tries to 1. Westlake with the edge, but it was the defence of the Southland team that got them across the line. Simply outstanding. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because over on field 3 is the grand final championship game between Rotorua Boys High School and Fielding High. 15 points to 10 at the moment. Rotorua in the lead. On behalf of the local Gecko team, of course, whakaata Māori, Ethan Smith's going to sign us off. Our director in this one, Machu Hamuera. I've been Jason Gerbies, aka Chopper. Mā te wā.
Ai, mihi ana ki a koe, Jason Chopper Gerbies. Ki ngā kaitiaki o te whenua nei, ki ngā whānau e tautoko ana i ngā kai tākaro, ngā kai ako me ngā kai whakarite, kāre oti ngā mihi kia koutou katoa. Kua oti wā mātou mahi mo tēnei rā, mauri ora kia koutou.